In today's video, I'm going to recreate one of the setups that we had in TLT, and I'm going to basically run the resistance where we ended up putting in this low very recently. Okay, so what am I going to start with? Well, we always have to run retracements, extensions, and projections. I'm going to start with retracements in this case. So first I'm going to run low to high, and then the higher low to high, run those and see if we have anything there. So we've got this low to this high. Okay. Get rid of anything that the market has gone through. Then we'll go to the higher low to this high. Okay. There's a 786 underneath that. And then again, we're going to remove anything that the market already went through. Now, let's see. That's it for retracements, really, because we only have those two major swings. But then what about extensions? Let's see where we might have some extensions. Well, it looks like we've got this low to high we can extend, and we have this low to high we can extend. So let's look at that next. All right, so here, low to high, extension. All right, we're through that one, so we're going to get rid of it. And then let's try the next one after that. See if this has any value or not. Now we actually went through that one too, so it makes that other zone a little bit more stand out below. Okay, are there any other extensions we can really run? Doesn't look like anything too special here. But what about projections? That's where we are comparing swings in the same direction. So, for example, we can compare these swings, compare them with the most recent decline to see if there's any similarities. So let's look at this high to this low, projected from this high. Okay, that comes in lower. We have this high to this low. That's going to come in pretty low. But then we also have what I like to call the swings inside of this larger swing. So we're also going to use those. Click on the high to the low, project from here. Aha, now we're right on top of that. High to low, project from here. Okay, that one we're slightly through, so I'm going to get rid of it. But there are some other comparisons that I also used here. One of them would be kind of comparing these swings with this swing. And then I'm not sure if I used some of these over here, but let's see if we even need those. So I'm going to compare the more recent swings. So let's see, this high to this low, project from here. We're through it, so let's get rid of that one. Let's look at, let's see, this high to this low. No, we're a little bit through that one. Let's try this high to this low from here. That we are actually right on top of. And then, we already have enough information, for this setup, but if you wanted to, you could also do the extra work and kind of compare these swings because, many swings just tend to be similar to other swings on the chart. Now, some of them, that last one we went through by a little bit. This other one is slightly below it. And then let's try this one. Yeah, we're through that one. So let's get rid of anything that we went through. And then you can basically see where the setup comes from. Okay, we had some symmetry. We also had underneath that, we had 618 retracement, a couple of extensions, and a 786. But where we actually saw the bounce was off of the symmetry support 85.41 to 85.48. Okay, now what? Well, this, it's not a royal setup, so it's not one of the highest probability setups. So one of the things that I would do next is look at where the resistance comes in, and then you'll have your next decision. So I'm going to run the retracement, okay, from the low, or high to low. Let's get rid of this. We already went through that. And I'm going to run a couple of these other swings, lower high to the low. Okay, there's a 618 there. And let's try one more, high to low. Okay, now you actually have three levels up there. There's a 786, a 618, and a 50% retracement. But we're not done yet. I haven't run the symmetry, so I'm going to see if there are any of these swings that might be similar. So let's grab this low to high, project from the low. We're right on top of it. This low to this high, project from the low. We're through it, so let's get rid of it. Then we have the next one, low to high from the low. We are right on top of it, and this low to high from the low. Okay, this one we're through. So bottom line, this was the initial setup, this key support decision, but now this is a pretty important hurdle. If we are going to continue to rally in TLT, this is the area that we need to clear. It comes in at 86.80 to 86.97. Okay, now if we don't clear it, obviously, and then you see a sell trigger, you can look at a trade against this resistance. But if we do push through it instead, then it kind of opens the door up for, some higher prices here. But you have to take this work from one decision to the next. This was the last decision. This is the current decision. And basically, we're going to see to fail or not to fail. Hope that helps. I know it's a lot that you might not be able to follow, but I know that you can, on most programs, do the same thing I just did. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.